Please say your name and introduce yourself to my channel.
My name H3, man. I'm a Park Money boy, man. I'm out the jungles, man. It's just here to just state a couple facts. Man, you my dog. I fuck with you, so I'd rather do it on your platform.
Good shit. So we seen you with Wack on his live before, and after we brought the conversation up, you went on his platform and you were discussing the 50-50 combo. So can you speak more on that?
Wack, man, he cool people, man. You feel me? He one of my people is his childhood friend, and we, had some dealings or whatever in the past. The childhood friend had me reach out, you feel me? And asked him about something else. He wanted some support on something that we had going with you, and Wack basically squashed it. You feel me? Because of whatever they had going on. They've been friends for years. They, like I said, they childhood friends. So uh, I didn't really want to get caught up or involved in that. So I tapped back in like, hey, look, bro. Like I don't know what you and bro got going on, but me and you, we cool. We been cool. So like you squash something I had going on, and that was like some motion for me. I got a message that I'm trying to get out there about level ones, two, three, EOP yards, 50-50 yards, and all that. And like my motion, what I had going on with Damn Homie, you killed that for him, but you also killed it for me. You feel me? So I feel like, bro, like you should at least just post me. You feel me? And that's all I really asked for. Him being who he is or whatever, like the next day he tapped back in on me after he spoke with my G homie that raised me or whatever, and asked like, "What's up?" To me, like, "Oh, yeah, that's little bro." He reached back out, "Hey man, I'm gonna make up for that shit from yesterday or whatever, and I'm gonna you want to go live?" I was hesitant because, as you know, like I'm in prison. You feel me? So when you do this type of shit, everybody see it. It gets sent around. Police be in your cell. You feel me? So I was hesitant, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like I've been trying to get this message out there. I had the shit going with Folk Bang. I was trying to get that message out there that he got dirty politics, and so I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna just take the exposure. Luckily, man, I've been actually cool. Like they really ain't been too much tripping on me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been doing too much. It might change soon. We're gonna see how it go. And that's how the live happened.
Yeah. We could have just spoken on like the live. We didn't have to speak about like how it happened, but the actual
Oh,
live,
okay.
like let's speak about what actually like during the live what you spoke about, because Wack does give a lot of people a platform to speak and get their opinion out, whereas a lot of other people will try to silence you guys. But thanks to Wack, he's one of the people that's giving you guys a voice. So let's more speak on the actual live.
Yeah. So the actual live was about, like I said, level ones, twos, threes, 50-50 yards, EOP, and F and Y. So all of that shit is being bad now. And now they even trying to, what I've been hearing is they even trying to say like MCRP programs is no good. If you know MCRP programs, they basically like reentry hubs, halfway houses, and shit like that because they saying it's trannies there and it's dropouts there and all that kind of shit. So that further, to me, that further like validates what I was saying about these niggas wanting niggas stuck nowhere else but level 4. MCRP is literally the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally the streets. You might have an ankle monitor or whatever. You probably can't go out for the first 30 days or whatever. But after that, you going to work. If you got a job, you going out. You on the streets. You get to see your family. And niggas is talking about that's no good. Like that sound crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to get my message out about that, like, and how I feel like that's not right. Because if a nigga come to jail and he come to the program, or he decided at any point in his time where he won a program, or he get an opportunity to go to a level 3 or whatever, or 2 program, and where there's more programs available, it shouldn't be nothing wrong with that. It should be do your time and come home. Because if if I'm a G with life on the line trooping, I want young niggas on the streets because that's more resources for me. That's more, they can do more for me on the streets than in prison. So I'm gonna promote whatever they need to do to go home. That's what a real G homie gonna do.
Yeah, because how do we even know if something is a 50-50? It's whether there's active Southsiders or not. So it's kind of like who made the
True,
rules at the end of the day.
true, true. We all know that. That's what it's based upon. And even when you go, if you go back or whatever from the LP yards, that's who's gonna push up on uh, uh, the blacks and be like, hey, this fool came from whoop de whoop, like, he can't stay and press that line, like, we're gonna go up or whatever. So it's all enforced by them. It all come from them. It all started with them. You know what I'm saying? I've been ELP for a long time, 7, 8 years. You feel me? So I was ELP when it was GP ELP and SY ELP. It was separated. And in 2018, the system decided that if you got a mental health problem or you going mental health, that it shouldn't be no designation. You should come, you should do whatever you need to do, fix your mental health, and then go back to wherever you came from. They're not going to play the politics. And so they made it non-designated. That was in 2018. So certain motherfuckers gave people. My situation is a little different. I got other shit, internal shit from my homies. Like that's it. You feel me? And that happened along the way or whatever. So my situation is a little different. Um, but I have been on EOP for 7, 8 years. You know what I'm saying? And um, they gave in 2018, niggas gave niggas like about 90 days to come back. And basically, if you didn't come back, you were stuck. Or when you come back, you was gonna get whooped out. You know what I'm saying? Now I know niggas that went back and didn't get touched. You know what I'm saying? It's selective. The politics is selective. Like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you are. Um, at the end of the day, I stayed because it's a much better program. You know what I'm saying? You interact with a lot of people that you normally don't interact with. And you dealing with people, you getting groups, like different kind of groups, like every day, like loads of groups, not just regular groups. You getting cognitive distortion groups, behavior management, thinking disorders. You learn about all this different shit about criminal thinking. You learn about all this shit because if I feel like the program that I'm in, the EOP program, I feel like that should be prison in general because we in here for committing crimes. So society look at us as already having a problem or not, or something being wrong with us mentally already. Legally, that's basically what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you already by the state looked at as mentally unstable or mentally bad, that should be prison is all those programs when you learn about thinking disorders or thinking errors and the psychology behind your frontal lobe not being fully developed until you 25 and impulsiveness and bad decision makings and all these different things. When you learn about those things, which is what a nigga should be coming to prison and learning about, then you have a different perspective on life. I didn't even know how to talk to white people until I came to the EOP program because I didn't really interact with them. So I was standoffish around other races. I was standoffish around people. When I got into this program, I started to interact with the therapists, the psychologists, the rec therapists that ran the groups, and they was all different races. And I started to see like, damn, these people is cool. They normal people. So I learned how to interact with them and deal with people, all kind of different people. So for me, the EOP program has been the best thing that happened to me in prison.
Yeah. And recently we also seen you on ATM Richie's live, and you
Yeah.
came on. I was on that live also with you. And the first 2 hours we were doing great. The first one we had a great conversation. And then the third one, things kind of went left. So can you speak on that?
Um, the third one, things did kind of go left. Um, Look, man, I've been knowing ATM Richie since we was kids. You feel me? And I noticed all of the comments that he gets from our community about him not being from our community and different shit like that. I understand why they do that. I do understand that. The reason why they do that is because he say a lot of bullshit online and he got a fucking his gimmick is outrageous and some of the shit he do. Even in your life, I could hear you laughing because you can't talk to him for 10 minutes without laughing. Like you say the most craziest shit. So I get it. Um what I was trying to do was I was trying to bring him back down to a normal place and normalize him for a minute so niggas could remember that we did grow up with him and because he got a little motion now, let's try to like not dog him on the internet. But he basically fucked that up because everybody that a lot of people fuck with me. And everybody that fuck with me, like, damn, this nigga called you into a live, y'all supposed to be homies, and he basically ambushed you with some niggas from the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like, and let if them dudes that came in there, for one, them them niggas is not who they pretended to be on that live. Like that's the thing with the line. It's a lot of people pretending to be somebody that they not. See me, I just be me. You feel me? Like I'm authentically me. I live in my truth. I'm not tripping. You feel me? These dudes, they pretend to be somebody they not. They get on there talking about they level 4 killers and all that. And then as soon as I get off the live, they own homies is hitting my DM talking about they really not even originally from their hood. They from another hood. Like they one of the niggas used to be a blood. The other nigga, it's niggas all in the comments talking about he gay and they got the DMs to prove it. These are the type of niggas on these main lines, bro. Like these type of niggas that are on there over there, just like niggas that's over here that's weird and foul over there. But they just staying over there and they doing that shit in secret. I get it. More power to you. Whatever you do, we hide our brother's flaws. I get all of that. But at the same time, don't get on the internet and pretend to be somebody you not. As far as ATM, I feel like it was an ambush. Now I don't trip off that shit. That shit ain't nothing. It's all content. It is what it is. I get it. I got on the live, opened myself up for it. Whatever happened, happened. They was talking crazy. I stand on where I'm at. I'm EOP. I don't feel like it's really a problem. I mean, at the end of the day, their main thing is you programming with these kind of people and this kind of people. Okay. If they was to get out right now, they're gonna be walking past them same kind of people. My thing about the whole 50-50 and all these different kind of shit is everybody hood. Everybody hood in California or in Los Angeles. I'm speaking Los Angeles. Everybody hood, you got snitch walking around. You got a nigga with a bad case. You got it. They right there. They walking around. Y'all niggas could kill him and get away with it if they need to be dead. Why y'all want people who in prison trying to get out to fuck theirs off? That don't make no sense to me. Where we have to get caught for getting on these dudes. If I'm in prison for committing a crime. So now that I decided to program and try to get learn some shit and rehabilitate so I can go home and I can build a family and do what I'm supposed to be doing as a grown ass man. I'm 36. Now people are saying whatever they saying, and I feel like, man, snitches and these people with bad paperwork and all this shit walk around these niggas on the streets all day. They can kill them in the alley in the cut and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? So why is y'all putting the pressure on the niggas in here? Why do y'all wait till they come to jail to try to make calls to get them touched and all this different shit? That don't make no sense to me. So
Yeah.
I got off a little topic, but the ATM Richie interview, uh, what I really want to speak on about that, it's not even the third hour. The third hour was whatever it was. You feel me? That was a bunch of gimmicks. It was cool, whatever. It was the first hour where we was speaking on P4, Adam, and No Jumper, and ATM Richie. Oh,
Shout out
and I
ATM
think it
Richie
was
in
the
the
Munchie.
comments.
Yeah, it's all good. And it was ATM. I mean, it was ATM Richie, and he was speaking about the Munchie situation where he's saying that people said that uh, Munchie pressed him, and I asked him like over what, and he said over Nova, over threatening Nova. And I was like, damn, what he got to do with it? Like, basically, I was trying to figure out what was his connection to Nova. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was just having a conversation, so I didn't elaborate on everything so everybody could understand because he understood what I was asking him. And then I made the statement of she belongs to us. Now, mind you, he did say something that made that statement worse right behind that, which was, yeah, she property of the gang. Look,
Yeah.
I
I
ain't no
took it like
pimp.
you guys were
I'm not no
joking, but I could see how other people could take that as like, wait, what did they say? But I didn't, I took it like you were
what,
joking.
what I meant what I meant by that was Nova Daddy is from my area. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? She comes from my area. So of course we know who her daddy was because that was the whole thing was who is her pops? And he was like, you could tell Adam who her pops is and you will go viral. And I'm like, damn, how do everything like we and they want how do we know who her pops is? And how do we know that she working with the feds or whatever
Yeah.
information
I
that we
think it was
saying?
more the comment that you guys said that she's a snitch like her daddy. And the dad is apparently a known snitch who never had a put off. He's still from his hood. He still like is actively from there.
Certain niggas fuck with him, certain niggas don't. You feel
What's
me?
his name
And
again?
his name Infant Rudolph. He got mad. He hit me up and said whatever he said. Look, bro, nigga, I ain't tell you to tell him nobody, nigga. Like that's on you. You made that decision. Everybody know what's going on, bro. Don't sit here and act like you know what I'm saying. It's a secret or nothing like that, bro. So It's like me. Everybody know where I'm at. Do I get mad when a nigga say you PC or when a nigga say you on that EOP or you around PCs? No, I don't get mad about that. I just defend my position. So I stand on the shit that the choices that I made and the shit that I did. I stand on that. So I'm not gonna cater to a nigga feelings that's hitting my DM talking about whatever he talking about. Bro, you know what you did. Everybody know what you did. So that's on you. You feel me? That's with as far as that go. Now, when I said that she is snitch. Of course, she is snitch. Her or whatever I said about her being snitch in connection to her dad. This is what I meant. What I meant was, if you're 14 and you're working with the federal government to bring down somebody, I can guarantee you that's at the advice of your parents, and it's easier for you to do so if one of your parents, already has a connection with the law. You feel what I'm saying? So it's easy. Like I'm pretty sure you probably got in trouble and he advised you to do this, or for whatever reasons you did this. You did this. Now I'm not people saying, well, she's a child and she shouldn't be held accountable. I'm not saying she should be held accountable. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying her parents need to be held accountable. Her mama's a piece of shit. If you ask me, she going on a world tour talking about glorifying this teenager, being a prostitute. That's who I feel like should be held accountable. If anybody, you know what I'm saying? So, I,
Yeah.
you know, I never said Nova should be held accountable. I think Nova should be canceled.
I
If you,
think
in my
even if
opinion.
her dad is a known snitch, I think what she's doing is completely different. And I don't think he's even in her life like that. I think it's if she is, it's more of the advice of the mom. And what Wack was, I think, saying is, if you're a known prostitute and then your daughter becomes a known prostitute because of you, because she's looking up to you, they're gonna take all your kids away. So you don't really have a choice but to cooperate. Do I feel like she is? I don't know. I don't know, but without her mom's permission, they wouldn't be able to have her do anything. So, like, do I think her mom is cooperating? Probably, but the mom's not a gangbanger, so it wouldn't even be called ratting. It would just be cooperating because a lot of prostitutes they end up having to do that
So
anyway
let me
for
ask
their
you
own
this. Look,
safety.
I ain't no pimp. I'm not no pimp. I'm not. Never did it. Never even dibbled or dab. None of that. I don't do. I fall in love. You feel me? I ain't that.
I mean,
So
pimps
I
fall in
can't
love
really.
too.
Huh?
Pimps fall
You
in
say
love
what?
too.
They do. But what I'm saying is this, right? I'm not talking about Nova. I'm just talking about in general. When you a prostitute, you got a set of guidelines that you agree to too, just like a gang member, right? You should not be telling on anybody if you're a prostitute. And I'm not talking about Nova. I'm not directing this towards her. I'm talking about in general. Nova is a child. Whatever her influences to do came from somebody else who had a lot more sense than her. That's all I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
it. You feel me? I'm not saying she should be held accountable. I think Nova should be canceled. I think nobody should do interviews with Nova. I think Instagram should continuously take her shit down every time she put it up. I think all this jailbait she posting pictures on Instagram and all that. I think that shit should get flagged every single time. I think everybody who sees should report it. I think Nova should not be on the internet glorifying being a prostitute at such a young age. I think she shouldn't even have a voice. That's my opinion.
But what if she's actually, because I've seen her like having girls hit her up asking her for advice, and she's actually telling girls not to do what she's doing. So
Yeah,
maybe
you can
she's
say
kind
that.
of the what not to do because other girls could look at her and at least learn, like, don't be that, because I don't think she's promoting it in a way where she's like, come do it with me. I think she's more like letting people know she didn't really have a choice. This fucked up thing happened to her, but don't be like me. Because I've never seen her promote it, but I find it crazy that she's selling content over Instagram because that's child porn. Like, if you think the government doesn't have access to her Instagram, 1,000% everyone that's paying for her content will go to jail. And if they don't, that's
Okay,
fucking
but
crazy.
so look, this is what I say, right? I understand that she's not promoting it. I'm not blaming Nova in no kind of way. Let me make that clear. I want to say that again. I'm not blaming Nova. She's a child. Whatever she's doing, I can guarantee she's getting influenced by an adult with a lot more sense. But whatever you get on the internet and say, and when you get so much attention from it, it does not matter if you say don't be like me. It don't matter because what do people want and what do people
Oh,
chase
because
down?
other girls will look at that and be like, I want attention. Like, is that what I got to do to become famous? So,
Right. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a
yeah.
bad look. It's a bad look. That's why I say I don't think that she should even be on the internet, because no matter what you say, don't be like me, don't do me, don't do it. You still are on here, and people are, little girls are seeing it, and they see you getting so much attention from it, so much attention from it. So what make them not want to do it? You showing stacks of cash, you showing different shit, like you doing all of this stuff, and it to somebody that's easily influenced, it can look appealing. So I think it
Yeah.
shouldn't be around.
So I personally, I mean, being on that live with you guys, like I said before, I don't think he did it intentionally where he like, and I get what you're saying when you feel that way, but I think that after 2 hours, the third hour, we were like, we should have stopped after two. The third hour, we just kept going, going. And I think it just happened by accident where these are already his friends. So, it's like every time I go live, my regular friends that I speak to every day, they're going to probably hop on and try to request. So I think it was more like, he just saw an opportunity like, holy shit, we got 50-50 on on with somebody on the level 4 in the same live. That doesn't happen. So maybe he was more looking forward to the conversation that could have possibly happened. But of course controversy is going to sell, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah. So let me say this, right? I'm gonna point out to the reasons why I believe that. uh, I'm gonna point out the reasons why I believe that it was an ambush, and we can have a conversation, a normal conversation on a live that I can kick him out when it get weird. I'm not gonna go on his live no more because he got control of his live and who he bring in, and I don't respect that. Until we get an understanding, it's only on lives where a nigga have more control. So where he get too much, or he could not bring in certain people, like, because I'm not gonna play that game. I'm not one of those dudes who or argue back and forth. People hit me up like, "Damn, bro, why you was so calm?" It's because I'm always calm. That's my demeanor. I'm not gonna let nobody really take me out of my character. It's gonna be very rare. I be chilling. So the reasons why, the reasons why I believe that it was an ambush, or it felt like an ambush to me, is because right before, right before, uh, the live, which, if we being honest, if we telling the truth, he asked me multiple times to come to the live. He asked me to come to the live. Before that, he asked me to come to the live. When I seen you in the live and I seen how animated he was, I tried to join your live so I can
yeah.
bring him down, because I'm a familiar face, and I was gonna be like, hold on, wait, put that to the side for a minute and let's talk about this, this, and that. I was gonna do that because
I didn't even know. I thought you pressed the
I wanted,
request by accident because you never go live. So that's why I didn't even know. Like,
right.
had you texted me and
I
let me
just start
know,
doing
but
this shit. So on my face and all that. I just started doing this shit, and people that are making me low key bring it out, because with the faux bang situation and with the exposure that we put on Baby Moose, it's called
yeah.
it started a big conversation, and then especially now with Lil Sonny talking, it started a big conversation. You know what I'm saying? To the point to where now all Moose homies is trying to get it back right and get him back to the line. Faux bang. I think the consensus is that they dirty politics, and when you say that he got dirty politic, that means somebody dirty politic them. So the niggas who dirty politic them, of course they don't want me talking. Of course they don't want Bang to have a voice. So of course they gonna run a smear campaign. So all these different things is getting said about me, and because we basically started by me going on the live with Wack 100 and explaining it the way that I do and talking about it the way that I do, we basically started a conversation, or opened it larger. So now it's all over. So I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to start a conversation or help start a conversation, and then once the conversation is taken off and everybody talking and want to talk to me, and I just like shut down. No, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm coming on live. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because since I started this conversation or helped this conversation get gain so much traction, I'm gonna stick with it, with regardless of the consequences, or whatever, we in LA, or whatever it play out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I've been doing these lives and I've been showing my face more. That's why, I'm not gonna just abandon the issue once the issue getting so much traction, and regular people are are rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Regular people are rocking with us. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm not losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? People are siding with with what I'm saying because it's normal. It's talking about programming. It's talking about coming home. It's talking about changing. It's talking about rehabilitation. It's talking about living life. It's talking about be a grown ass man. It's talking about the right things. It's talking about mature stuff. So people are siding with me. Majority, you got a solid group of people who are stuck in their ways and are saying whatever they're saying. But I think that those people ain't the people that matter, bro. Like the people that matter is the people that's gonna support you when you go home, the people that's gonna make sure that you don't come back to prison. Them is the people that matter, and them is the people that agree with everything that I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's even possible to parole off of a level 4 or no?
No, it's possible. It's possible. Yeah, I know my homie P Paul from Peblos. Both of them. You feel me? They caught a case, wrongly convicted. They did 18, 19 years. GP, level foes. Never stopped doing nothing. Did all the gang shit. Like shout out to them. That's my dog. You feel me? They did all the gang shit, and he at home and he doing his thing. He living life, but he not doing the got kids. He got a wife. He got a family. Like he doing what he supposed to be doing. He a grown ass man. So yeah, he did whatever he did, but ain't that the point? That ain't that the goal for all this gang shit? I'm talking about no matter what it is, a mafioso, a fucking round table, the mob, Frank fucking Lucas. I don't care who you is. The whole point of the gang shit is we don't do it forever. We do it until we can do something else and build a life, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what is it? You feel me? Like that's the whole point of it. So you got to give a motherfucker a chance to leave it alone or to drop or to change. In my opinion,
Yeah. Facts. So moving
yeah.
forward from
So
here, what
that's
else
it.
do you want
And
people to know being on a
huh?
50-50? Because earlier Tiny
I didn't
Munchie
hear
hit
you.
me up. Shout out to Tiny Munchie. And he was saying that you have to let them know because I posted a video talking about whether women care or not. And I was saying how women don't really care if you're on a level 4, on a 50-50. We don't really care the difference. Jail is jail to us.
Yeah.
But he was like, well, state the fact that there's, weirdos or predators, or what do you have to say about that? That, you know, all the types of people you're
You
basically
spoke on that, right?
programming. Hmm?
You spoke on that, right? You
Yeah.
spoke on
So
that
my
in your
thing,
video.
yeah. So he
Like
was
my thing
basically
is,
saying I need to
you have
more
to talk
speak
about
on the
this.
type of people that are there. So I said, I don't know what type
Yeah,
of people are there. So let somebody that actually is on one speak
the
on
type
what.
of people that are there, the type of where I'm at in EOP, the type of people that are here are people with mental health issues. I got homies that got mental health issues, like real mental health issues, regardless of where they got them from, may it be crystal meth or whatever the case may be. I didn't run into my homies that got real mental health issues that's dirt bagged out, that don't function right. You feel me? Like that really has mental health issues and nobody around them, CEOs, inmates, nobody around them give a fuck about them or treat them well or take care of them or look out for them because it's not they homies. So since I've been over here, I didn't run into. I'm talking about good homies that's cohered up, that's court order to take meds and in the slow lane doing the Thorazine shuffle. Homies from everywhere, like you know what I'm saying, like real
Yeah.
homies, solid homies, and nobody look out for them. So I make it a point to make sure and look out for them. So that's on the EOP. Let's talk about that. Now, also on the EOP, you do have niggas that snitch. You do have niggas that's rapists. You do have the child molesters. You do have all of that. You do. I'm not gonna sit here and say you don't. But just because they're here, that don't mean I have to program with them, bust spreads with them, and walk laps, and I stay away from them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I stay away from. I don't even ask. I don't know what a nigga in here for. I don't know what none of these niggas in here for, unless it's like a nigga like Fobank or somebody like, you know what I'm saying, that's close to me or whatever. Like, I don't know what you in jail for. I'm not gonna even ask. I'm not gonna even ask because I'm not here for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to program and go to the house. And like you said in the video, you heard me say that plenty of times. These dudes are getting out of prison and walking past the same tranny snitches and child molesters and people on Megan's Law and
Yeah.
all of this shit every day. Every day they might have neighbors that's literally on the register list. They're not getting on the register list, looking at everybody who got a register and going into their door and smacking them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is what the world is now. So it's like you have to interact with these kind of people, or at least learn to be able to live around them without doing nothing. And if you can't, then guess where you're gonna be? You're gonna
Yeah.
be on a level 4. Like
So shout out
that's
Trigger
it.
Bird from Hoover in the chat. He said, "Are there any transformers there?
Sugar Bird.
Are there any
Burnt out.
transformers?"
No, it's not. It's Transformers on EOP yards, not this EOP yard. It's just it that. So the thing with the Transformers is this, right? They only allow or clear to go to certain prisons that's designated for them.
Yeah.
Lancaster is not one. So if you're a Transformer, they not here. It is some gay niggas, maybe so, but Transformers, no. It is some gay niggas everywhere in prison. Yes, everywhere. Everywhere, these same hardcore niggas is in the cell doing gay shit. Not all of them, but some of them. And some of them are well known, and some of them got, you know what I'm saying? It's like they everywhere. They everywhere.
So Trigger Bird said, "Why not live on a non-molester yard?"
Why not live on a non-molester yard? Um, I'm not saying like you're not. I'm not basing my decision on what yard I'm on off of that. You know what I'm saying? And I am on the phone. You right. Like that's the decision that I chose to make, though. You feel me? So if I do get in trouble and I call my family and I say, "Look, I got called this phone," I'm not saying, "Oh, the homie went and I had to go," or we had this big ass bullshit riot," or whatever it may be. All my decisions that I get in trouble for is over me. So I can take responsibility and I take accountable. I'll be accountable for him because it was me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if I get caught with this phone right now, that's my fault. I'm gonna take responsibility for it. They have programs to go home on both yards, but I'm just letting y'all know they have more programs over here. This is a known fact. They have more programs over here. And the programs that's in the EOP are not on the line. They're nowhere but EOP. And that's just the truth. They're nowhere but EOP. Nowhere but EOP. That's just the truth. So it's only one place to get certain programs, a lot of different programs, a lot of different groups, and that is EOP. That's the only place that they even offer certain programs.
So what are the
How do
certain
you get
programs
there?
that
You
are
have to.
there?
What are they?
Yeah, like what are some of the programs?
So you got, like I said, the cognitive distortion groups. You got the shit that teach you about thinking errors. They're all psychology based. Like the ones that you can't get on the main line, they're all mental health based. The how to battle depression. If you own medication, how to manage your medication, how to notice certain symptoms of the medication and what to do if you having those symptoms. It's all kind of different things. You you know what I'm saying? Like it's you got a mainline mental health program which is called triple CMS, but you only get therapy when you triple CMS like once every 6 months. You only see the therapist that's assigned to you. EOP, you go every week, or some places every other week. On the streets, what you go see your therapist what once a week, right? So if I'm a criminal and my mind is already fucked up, who needs therapy more, me or somebody that's supposed to be well rounded and on the streets? Everybody in a therapist, everybody in prison should be going to therapy once a week. You can't get that on the line.
Yeah.
You can't get that on the main line. You can't. You know what I'm saying? That we not. It's not our fault that the system made EOP yards non-designated. I volunteered to go to the EOP yard, man. What is wrong with you? I'm not saying, I'm not saying that you can't get out from the level 4. We just talked about that. It's people that do get out from the main line. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying that. I'm not even promoting nobody to go to no yard. I'm saying do what's best for you in your prison term. That's what I'm saying. Do what's best for you to go home to your family, make decisions for you. If staying hard and staying on the level 4 and respecting the prison politics is what make you feel good as a man, then do that. What made me feel good as a man was being able to chill and be on the yard where it really ain't no politics like that. It really ain't that all these held up rules. Yes, we would. If 90% of us own a 50-50 yard would go back to general population if they allowed us. Yes, we would. Yes,
So
we
you
would.
would give up the therapy and the programs to go back?
No, I said 90%. I'm not talking about
Okay.
me. I'm chilling. I'm gonna go home from the OPR because I made a decision in my life that, like, for one, I'm gonna always go to therapy because me being able to talk to somebody about whatever I'm going through and being able to decompress is something that I feel like I need because I don't really talk to like my family about certain shit I might be going through. You know how that is. It's mental health. It's a touchy subject. So when you get around professionals you can talk to, I'm not giving up my 1 week therapy sessions for nobody. I'm gonna keep it real. Like I'm not giving that up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the most important thing for me on the EOP yard is my therapy session. Shout out to the mental health people on this yard. You feel me? I'm, at this point, I know y'all gonna see it, so it is what it is. You know.
And then another question Triggerbird was asking is, why have a phone? Because if you have a phone and they catch you, then you go back to.
Yeah, I spoke on that. I do understand what you're saying, and I'm saying I'm trying to program, but then still I got a phone, and I mean we ain't nobody perfect. Like you know what I'm saying. I still want to talk to my girl. Like I still want to go be able to go to sleep on the phone or do little things that I could do. Like I still want to have a constant communication. Obviously, I got a social media presence, and I'm not on here spewing negative shit. I'm on here spewing positivity. I post a little content here or there, or whatever. So I got things that I want to do. So I've made a conscious decision that, okay, if I'm gonna get in trouble, I would rather get in trouble for a decision I made for me, not for the gang or shit that something was going on the yard and I just had to go. Like I don't want. I'd rather get in trouble for a phone than that any day. And a phone is not violent. So you go in front of people and you got phones. Okay, you got phones. They don't really like them, but they're not looking at you like a violent criminal because you got caught with phones.
Yeah,
If that makes sense, you know.
yeah, facts. Thank you so much for coming on. Is there any last words you want to say before we go?
Um. So look. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna speak on that. I'm gonna let that go. Nah, it ain't nothing else. It's all good. Everything good, man. I appreciate it, man, for you bringing me on. Let me clear my name. I do want to say I don't condone nothing with no minors at all. I don't condone nothing with no minors. No, no pimping on minors. No, none of that. Like I feel like you shouldn't even be putting minors on gangs. Like I don't condone no gang banging. When I grew up, if I tried to come hang out, my homies, the homies that was over me, Fat Rat, Big Smiley, they used to force me to go home. Like they used to go, hey, you got to go, not go home, but go to school. You can't come during school hours. You cannot come on this block. You can't come think you selling no dope. You can't come do none of that. That's was my generation of what was going on. Niggas was getting kicked off the block, making you go to school. When we ditched in places where no G homies to see us. You would get a violation for ditching.
Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We will be back with a part 2 and 3.